there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, that's Ben Olson. Together we're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Noah.
Hello, Ben and Nathan. When I'm drilling, I get way more correct than I do incorrect. When I do section tests, I'm almost always -1 to -3 in games and -4 to -6 in logical reasoning and reading comp. I have even done 3 section tests in a row with the standard 10-minute break between the second and third sections and do very well. However, when I do an actual practice test, I've gotten anywhere from -21 to -27. What am I missing here? How do I try and fix this massive jump in wrong answers?
Should be missing 15 max. Missing 15 max when doing individual sections.
Yeah.
Wait, and then 3 section tests. But when I do an actual practice test, wait, you are doing actual practice tests. When you do a 3-section test with a 10-minute break between 2 and 3, that's fine. It's just as if your experimental section was 4th. It doesn't matter what happens in your experimental section. So what do you mean when I do an actual practice test? I wonder if Noah's working on like 4-section practice tests on Law Hub or something.
I do. I wonder that, and then sees the minus whatever total number because those two,
well, it is 4 sections.
2 LR sections are being graded in Law Hub. I wonder if that's true.
Is that the answer? Hold on a second. -6 times 3 is -18. Plus a -3 from games is -21. And that gets into the range. I mean, if it's 4 sections, let's assume that no one knows what the experimental section is and is not counting the experimental section.
Yeah.
But if you are, that's part of your problem. That's a big part of your problem.
Okay. Advice?
I mean, if it's so otherwise, if we understand Noah to mean I'm missing 21 to 27 on the 3 scored sections of an actual practice test, I don't know why that would be happening. I mean, you are doing real tests. Small sample. Final answer? I don't know.
So this first sentence, right? When I'm drilling, I get way more correct than I do incorrect. I think what's happening there for sure is, Noah, you're focusing on one question at a time. And maybe when you do sections, you're starting to think too much about the section as a whole. The other thing to keep in mind is when you're drilling, the drilling algorithm is giving you questions right above your skill level. So yeah, maybe when you go do a time section, you're encountering harder questions.
You know what one word is left out of Noah's second sentence?
What?
Timed. Is that untimed?
Maybe.
When I do section tests, I get -1 to -3 in games and -4 to -6.
Well, he calls them section tests at the beginning, which is
I guess he means tests by section, but are you timing yourself? And are you timing yourself realistically? Remember that, Ben? People like cheat on the timing. It's kind of crazy to think about that, but I remember what was that? They're like, well, I give myself a couple extra minutes sometimes.
Oh yeah. To think about the game, to think about it. That's
I paused it for a minute to think about it. Well, if you're doing that, that's confounding for sure. Boy, I don't know, Noah. You got to ask us more specific questions. We just recorded an episode of Thinking LSAT podcast where we talked to like every correspondent almost about focusing more on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
You're trying to do the entire section at once. You need to do one section at a time, one question you're doing worse on full tests than you are on timed sections. That's because you're trying to do the whole test at once.
Yeah.
Think about one question at once. Just do the whole thing like you're drilling. Just get them right.
Yeah.
And don't worry about the time. Run out of time. Guess at the end. We don't care. You're nowhere near perfect on logical reasoning and reading comp. So you have no business trying to finish the sections. You need to slow down and you need to focus on one question that you don't understand rather than these numbers about -3, -4, -6, -21. What one? Let's do one of them.
Yeah. Which one did you get wrong? Figure it out. If you don't understand it, hit the ask button. You got it.
Excellent.
Good luck.
Email daily. Yep. Good luck, Noah. Thanks for writing in. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.